Hello friends, I'm your Franco H here, and we're about to analyze a high skill match. So let's begin. We won the dice roll, and we are going up against Floowander with no monster. So if we Dolphin, it will be kind of bad. And he has everything except a bird. If he double decks a bird, then this is life, this is life, this is life. Yeah, this becomes in a really insane hand. We have two hand traps, two warriors, and blade. So we have like three choices here. I mean, because we have blade, we could try to go directly into Halki. Because we have Gearfried heritage, we could summon this, get Durendal, summon this, summon Renault, grab Durendal, put it to Gearfried, Renault this into Halki with protection, and we already have blade. And that's an option. Another option would be to just um, use this and Renault to go into Assault and have this as the normal summon. So if this all gets interrupted, because we would mill 3, then this is a tuner extender. The other option, the more risky and higher reward, is to use these two warriors to go into Sol and try to full combo from there. And I think that's what I did because we had two interruptions. So if we were sitting on an Isol negated, I think we were like fine. Also, because the other options were not too good. Like if we tried to normal summon this and didn't go for Assault and mill 3 for Dolphin, because we already opened one equip and this needed to get Durendal to summon Gearfit. That meant that we were wasting 1, 2 equips, mill 3 for Assault, 5 equips. We only have three equips in deck, so we are not using that with Power Tool. And we also are not using Renault or Durendal, so yeah, there's a chance that our combo is really small, like maybe 2 interruptions. So at that point, I'm like, you know what? I think it's not worth it. I'd rather try to go for the 4 interruptions, and if anything happens, we have the hand traps. And these are generic, so I'm fine with that. Here we could mill Durendal to summon Gearfried, but that's not the correct play because we open one equip, and it's not a repeat one. I mean, it's an equip we always want to mill, so that means we are milling 2 good equips. So we'd rather put Oliver and summon Gearfried. Also, having Oliver in circulation helps in some freestyle routes, and that would only happen if we get unlucky. You will see what I mean later. So here we milled these two. We rather keep DDR because at this point we have 5 equips in deck, which means we are we have a DDR that we are gonna get it no matter what, and a Durendal we are gonna try to get. What if we don't get Durendal? I mean, if we don't get the equip we want, we rather those two equips to be two DDRs rather than two Durendals, because two Durendals is gonna be pretty bad. But two DDRs is a lot more versatile. In this case, if we had like Dolphin in graveyard and we know we can hard rip stuff, then two Durendals would be better because of a route that lets you end on 3 interruptions, and then you have the extra equipping hand. Because Durendal is like 2 equips if you sometimes. Anyway, so here, yeah, thanks to Oliver, we didn't waste another equip, so we have 5. So when we have 5 equips and we wanna get, we have a trio and a duo, and we are trying to get one of each. Of course, we gotta try to get the one that we only have 2 copies. And because I see sometimes people would do like, okay, I'm gonna try to get DDR here because that's 100% happening, and then the second power tool, 66% of getting this. That's incorrect. We gotta use the first power tool to have more chances to get this. The way we don't have 66%, but we have 88, almost 89. Yeah, 89. So this means that we should get Durandal here, and we didn't. We got unlucky. Okay, we got 11% unlucky, but this was the scenario I was prepared for when I put Oliver in circulation. Because if we have Oliver and we have Gemba, these two, that means that we can put the best three interruptions. And what are those interruptions? Charles, Herald, Fleur. Yep, that's what we are gonna do because we didn't get Durandal. That means we are putting three interruptions instead of four. So we want those interruptions to be the best. And this is the sequence. You can look it in slow motion or pausing the video. So you learn. We use riser with no effect. That way we get Fleur, then Herald, and then the classic good old way of Roland, then Charles. I know this combo sacrifice the Draco Sack or the Aurora Dome, but in this case it doesn't matter because we have a good follow-up in hand. You know, we have Gearfried Renault, we have follow-up in Charles. Even if he is killed by battle, we have Heritage as another follow-up. So yeah, here we made a misplay. We forgot that doing this sequence meant we didn't have Renault in graveyard, so this should be Renault. But yeah, just a small misplay, not too big of a deal. So we have three good interruptions to hand traps. If he had like droplets or dark ruler, I mean we were sitting on good follow-up, a good wall, and hand traps. And so yeah, we were lit. He topped the dark ruler, man is insane, but he has no bird, so there's nothing he can do. If this was a bird, we were probably still winning, because Book of Moon trades with a negate, a map effect trades with ogres, so then the second map is not gonna be as useful. Adventure could trade with the other negate. The bird, I mean, the bird could trade with a negate or on an ash, and this with the other. And we have the pop for this. Yeah, so we had everything. Anyway, blind second is also always hard, but in this case, I'm like, you know what? I've been facing a lot of decks like Brave, PK, and Flounder. Yeah, I've been seeing a lot of Flounder, so I think blindside Lancia is good. Every time you open Lancia, you have to use it on draw phase, just because Enchantress exists. So yeah, that's what we are gonna do, and then you're gonna see if it was useful. At this point, we don't know if it was useful. I mean, if he had like an extravagance or a prosperity, it would have been better. But yeah, you know, the duality means Flounder. So he is getting the Flatgate, of course, because you already have the names. So this is what I don't like against Lancia versus this deck. That is not enough by itself. Because he could from here summon another one and summon the Empen and tribute those. They are going to graveyard, but still it's not as good. But maybe it was the best play to. No, you know what? Yeah, I needed to ask this. At this point, he's on rivalry pass, and this is known. And we can out this with Charles or Fleur, but we don't have gas. I mean, oh yeah, and we are under shifter this turn, so yeah, we cannot do too much. At best, we can clear his board. So of course we are gonna get the highest attack monster. And then we have to decide if we want to sacrifice Blade or Heritage. And I think I rather sacrifice Blade because it's getting banished, but this could mean Renault plus this back, so it makes sense. At first we are gonna put in some damage. I don't know why he flipped rivalry here. Like it's not a good moment. Maybe he was afraid of an Italy. So yeah, that's what we do. So right now we know his two cards. So he's on top deck mode. If he doesn't top deck anything good, we destroy him next turn. We have follow-up. This could be a Roland, no, I mean Oliver, normal summon, to make Charles, to pop this, have hand of protection, and just win easily. He tops the Eggland. He needed specifically this or Robina. I mean, no, any name, because he already has this setup. So unfortunately for us, he managed to full combo now. Because this flight gate is not a problem to Flounder. So yeah, he just full comboing. He gets the spell. He beats our monster. At this point, yeah, I mean we don't have too much. We know he has town, so our best shot is hoping he doesn't use it, so we kill this. And then in main phase 2 we can out Empen by summoning this and Renault, and then Fleur pop this. Yeah, or maybe just try to summon. Yeah, just Fleur, and then Fleur control to negate a bird. Because without, I mean, if we already use Fleur, we are not getting rid of rivalry. But he had this, which means he's going to rise at this, I believe. Or he's going to tribute it because of the spell. Yeah, so we have no choice. I mean, what can we do? Get Ogier, try to attack, but he could just negate Heritage. Yeah, that's what he did. Even if we manage to pull this off, like we have nothing after that. I mean, we are relying on an Ash, but he has Chain Block, so I think that's it. We should scoop at any point. Okay, we use Ash. And yeah, we have nothing to do now. I mean, I don't see a top deck that is going to save us. So game 3. Wow, he opened double shifter and double starter. This hand is cracked. How are we winning? Did we open Call by the Grave? No. But we open FTK. What? What combo deck can combo under shifter besides this one? Well, Infernoble, if opens good enough. So what should we do now? You know, standard, pretty standard until we get shifter. At that point, we are like, we need to rip his starters. Usually they have one, so we use Dolphin, get rid of DDR because this can grab it back. See his hand, and we are like, okay, we lit. What are we doing now? We are ripping the other one, and we are setting up a Herald. How? Just see. DDR will get us the second Dolphin, and that means we have to get rid of all our follow-up. And we have to get rid of 001, which is a big deal later on. But you know what? We need to do this or else we lose. Because we need to put him in top deck mode. Because Herald, of course, is going to trade with Prosperity. So yeah, we sacrifice this, we sacrifice that. That's why I decided to add Gemba of Isolde, because I wanted to be a warrior that I don't want to top deck next turn. Anyway, so at this point, I'm like, if you don't open a bird or a way to deal with Herald, this gets me enough follow-up to win next turn. He opened map, so at this point he needs this to resolve. But I am like, you know what? This could be a lot of stuff. I rather that you have to top deck Eglen or Robina specifically. So I'm gonna herald this. And yeah, you see what happens. We top the connector. At this point, I'm like, this could be an Ash or a Veiler. So you know what? We need to use Dolphin as soon as possible. And even if this is like an Ibiru, we need to know that to play around it. I mean, this is not too much. I mean, if we normal summon this and try to use this and this get negated, we are on nothing. So it makes sense to use Dolphin now. I mean, also because we already knew Shifter, so at the very least, we are hitting the other card, the Shifter. So now we know map, now we know we won. All we gotta do is replace the 001 with a power tool. And how are we doing that? Well, by having a level 4 in these bodies. So we can summon an Ash, and then we have power tool. Now we really want to hit DDR, because that means we can use DDR to grab back 001 in circulation. And full combo and OTK easily. So if we don't grab DDR, I mean, it took me a while to figure it out, but we already had game. So you will see. Of course, we gotta get unlucky. We don't get DDR. So we don't have 001 loop, but it's fine. So all we need to do is put game on board. So this means a 3k Beastic. Yeah. And that is game. Because this is almost 5k and this 7k together. And yeah, Dolphin put a lot of work here by making 1500 damage in total. So yeah, that's how we win. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you learned something about freestyling. FTK intro shifter, you don't see that every day, but you saw it. Yeah. Hope you learned. Goodbye. See you in the next video.